We're looking at exercise 1 of bass rhythms, and the purpose of this specific page that I've sent you, the PDF, is to get some nice bass rhythms under control, more popular used, most often used bass lines, because let's face it, the bassists are actually more important than the guitarists, because not only do they keep the melody, they keep the rhythm as well. So it's basically like the main part of the cake, and the icing being the guitarist gets all the recognition, but without the bass, without the cake, you have nothing for the guitarist to do. In case I'm going to offend a few, but right now this is a bass video. Bass rhythms are important. I'm going to walk you through some basic common rhythms, and exercise 1 and 2 will be on this rhythm, on this video, sorry. Exercise 3 and 4 will be on the next video, and I'll sort of take you through it video by video. But exercise 1, here we go, starting with a C note. Get to know the names of the notes. This is C, and you're looking at your counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And on the picking hand, on your actual playing, I'd like us to have our thumb resting on the above string like that. So when I'm playing with my first finger for this one. So it's, you could also walk it the 2 fingers like that, or you can just use 1 finger. End of the day, depending on the speed of it, if it was a slow piece, I'd probably just go for 1 finger. If it was a quick piece, then I'd double up to use both. But that's the action. You can also see the angle of the hand sort of resting on the guitar over here. It's coming over the guitar, so this would be a very bad technique. Don't put your palm down. Your hand is too much like a claw. Get it more over the top, slightly bent wrist, fingers not straight but more gently curved. Over here it's, like we said, very curved, very claw, right? Good, bad. Okay, back to your fretting hand. Okay, the notes we're going to use over here, I thought to put it to a sort of a chord progression, might make it a bit more interesting to play. We've got a C, we've got a G, which is directly above the C. I'm mentioning the names because I need you to get to know the names. There's A, and then you have to jump a bit to get to the F. Okay, so those are your 4 chords, or your 4 notes, and your bass line's going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Change the next one, G, change to the A, and change to the F, and back. Nice, easy, very cool rhythm to do. Okay, make sure you can play this through at least 4 times in a row to make sure your bass is nice and strong, to make sure you've got consistency and a nice steady beat, a nice steady rhythm. If you do have a drum box, in other words a little drum machine, something you can play a beat for you, please play along with it. It's sort of like a metronome, but only sounds like a drum kit. So a metronome would be cool, but if you've got a drum box, which is a sort of a metronome with all the drum kit sounds, much better to use because it sounds like the real drums. Okay, exercise 2 is going to sound like this. Nice offbeat rhythm there. If I was to count it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you'll notice that when I played the first song, or the first exercise, my thumb was there. For this one to get the stretch from 2 to 5, my thumb is now disappearing on me. Bassists, we need strong pinkies. Normally the pinky's the weak finger. Get that pinky working, please. Okay, so here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is a G chord. It's basically the notes that make up the G chord itself. So if your guitarist is strumming along in the G, those would be the notes that make up his chord. And then the following bar is a C. So you're going to take everything you just learned, this whole sequence of notes, sorry, you're just going to take it 1 string down from here. So if you join the 2 together, we get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this happens to be the intro bass line for Brown Eyed Girl. It's also a very popular sort of bass phrasing that they use for counter songs as well, so you're bound to recognize it in any other song as well. Same as exercise 1. And then you come back to the G in the 3rd bar. And you'll notice over here for the last bar, I'm going to jump up, middle finger's busy flashing at you. There we go, watch him. Onto fret 5, this is D. So if you play it the whole way through with me now, it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hand, on the picking hand, I want to make note of what my thumb's doing. So watch him. When I play this string, thumb is there. When I play this string, thumb's above. If I go all the way to the bottom, thumb's above. So watch the thumb movement, and when I play it there, it's sort of hovering over here. Okay. So watch my thumb as I play the first bar. So the purpose of the thumb there is to make this top string go quiet, to make sure you've got no string noise. Because if you're playing loud and this string starts vibrating, you're going to lose your individual rhythm notes and also the tone of, or the pitch of your note. So make sure your thumb rests on the string that's above the string you're playing. So I'm going to play the whole sequence through now from the G, and you're going to watch how my hand sort of works its way across. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C, back to G, D, and there we go. Okay, next video we'll do exercise 3.